Hello everyone, and welcome back to Queen G's Recipes. And today I am thrilled to bring you this recipe. It is my sugar cream pie recipe with some sprinkling of cinnamon. Now, it's a very simple pie recipe, but definitely so good. You're gonna have to try it yourself. But let me take you over the list of ingredients we'll be needing here. Now, what I have is 3/4 cups of just regular granulated sugar. We have some vanilla paste. I will be using 1 teaspoon. If you don't have vanilla paste, most definitely you can switch it up with some vanilla extract. We'll also be using 1 can of 354 mils of evaporated milk. Here I have some butter. I am using salted butter, 1/2 cup of butter cubed. Okay. Here I'm going to be using 4 tablespoons of cornstarch, and this is some cinnamon we'll just be using to sprinkle on your pie, so as much or as little as you would like. We're going to be adding in a little pinch of salt. Considering that we're using salted butter, I still want to add a little pinch of salt. I do feel it makes a difference in this recipe. You'll also be needing a 9-inch pie shell. Now, I just purchased a 9-inch deep dish pie shell at my local grocery store. You will find them in the frozen section of your grocery store. Now, most definitely you can make a homemade pie shell. Now, I do find that when people are short on time, this is the easiest way out, and I do root to doing this very often. But you know what? Stay tuned, because I will be bringing you a very buttery and flaky pastry pie shell recipe very soon. So now you want to make sure that you have your oven preheating to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. We will be baking our pie shell, and now you're going to be needing a small saucepan, and we will be moving on to using our stove. Okay, so before we proceed to our cream pie filling, right now I'm going to place my pie shell into the oven, preheated at 375 degrees Fahrenheit for about 12 to 14 minutes. Keep an eye on it so it doesn't get too golden on the edges. Now, if you do want to do a blind bake, that is definitely up to you. I just find that in this recipe it's not necessary at all. So this is what I'm doing. Put the pie shell into the oven, and now we'll keep an eye on it for about 12 to 14 minutes until the edges are nicely golden brown. Alright, so into our saucepan with our stove off, we're going to add in our sugar. We're going to add in our cornstarch. We're also going to add in a pinch of salt, probably about 1/8 teaspoon. And we're just going to give this a little stir. Okay, and now we're going to get our milk. Okay, so in the beginning of the video, in my list of ingredients, I forgot to mention to you that there is also 1/4 cup of milk. So I'm just using 2%, but if you have 3% at home, you can use that as well. So we'll add in our evaporated milk. We'll add in our 1/4 cup of milk, and we'll give this another stir, just to make sure that our cornstarch is dissolved here, or else when we start to allow it to come to a boil, it'll create a lot of little chunks, and we don't want that in our pie. Okay. So now we'll place our stove temperature to medium heat, and we will definitely keep an eye on it and make sure you don't leave it unattended, and continuously stir until it comes up to a boil. Alright, so as you can see, our mixture has come to a boil, and now we're going to allow it to thicken, probably about 2 minutes. As soon as you see that your mixture is nice and thick, you need to continuously stir. As soon as it's nice and thick, then you can remove it from the stovetop and we will be adding in our remaining ingredients. Okay, so even though you notice that your mixture starts to thicken before the 2 minutes are up, you need to continuously allow it to be on your stovetop with the stove on for the 2 minutes, because you need to allow the mixture to cook through. So make sure you're not tempted to just shut off your stove after it's been thickening for about 30 seconds. Make sure your mixture is cooked through and you do leave it for those extra 2 minutes. So now my mixture is complete. It's been about 2 minutes, and now I'm going to remove it from my stove top. And I'm going to remove my pie shell from the oven, and we are going to go on to adding in our butter and vanilla paste. Okay, so our pie shell baked for exactly 10 minutes at 375 degrees Fahrenheit. We're just going to set this aside, and now we're going to add in our butter to our sugar cream pie. Okay, so now our vanilla. Okay. And our butter. And now I'm just going to switch here to a spatula. And we're going to mix this until everything is nicely combined. Okay, so you do want to make sure that you do not close your oven. Just leave it at 375 degrees Fahrenheit, because we'll be placing our pie again for about 15 to 17 minutes. So now into our pie shell, we will add our sugar cream filling. Okay, so now we'll take our reserved cinnamon and we'll just sprinkle on the top of our pie. And now we'll bake our pie at 375 degrees Fahrenheit for about 15 to 17 minutes. I'll let you know what mine looks like when it's done and how long it took in our oven. Okay, so my sugar cream pie was in the oven for exactly 13 minutes. As you can see, it started to get golden here around the edges, so you do want to keep an eye on it. It may vary 15 to 17 minutes. It does vary from oven to oven, so just keep an eye on your pie. When you start to notice that it's a little golden, you want to remove it because you don't want your pie to burn. And also, I started to notice that the middle of my pie was creating some bubbles, and most definitely that is a sign that your pie is completely baked. So now I'm going to allow my pie to sit at room temperature for about 15 minutes or so, and then I'm going to place it in my fridge to chill for about 1 hour, and then we're going to try it. Alright everyone, so my sugar cream pie has been in the fridge for about 1.5 hours, and now we are ready to try it. Now remember one thing, with cream pies, typically they are very pale in color. I like to use evaporated milk in mine, and therefore mine is a beautiful golden color. Okay, so let's remove our slice of pie. I cannot even tell you how good this smells. Oh my goodness. Look at this, everyone. Look how perfect. And now let's try this gorgeousness. I cannot even tell you guys how amazing this tastes. It is so creamy, so perfect. The texture is just perfection, and the flavor is amazing. It's not too sweet. It's the perfect sweetness. The touch of cinnamon just adds that perfect flavor for our sugar cream pie. And that's about it. Very, very simple. And I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a nice big thumbs up, help our channel grow, and also don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already so you can receive my future uploads of my new delicious recipes coming soon. And also share the video with your family, share it with your friends, and just enjoy it, everyone. So I'll see you in my next video. Bye, everyone.